Right then, good afternoon guys. US session, 1 hour into this US session. Let's jump into the charts because there's a little bit of activity going on, obviously. As we see Bitcoin pulling it back a little bit from this supply zone. So let's have a look at some data together. I've not particularly watched alts too much myself, to be honest. So today, so if you guys have got some alts you're looking at and you're seeing some demand on some altcoins a little bit lower, share the alpha with everyone, please. Jump into the comments and share with everyone. If you are new to the console and you've not experienced the matrix-like power of the TRDR console, grab a link from below, get a free trial if you are brand new, and jump in and let's have a look at some data. So yeah, I've just a few assets I'm looking at here. There's a few, I mean, this kind of pullback is to be expected. What I do want to point out is a couple of things. Heavy spot supply zone on Bitcoin. Not seeing too much on alts, but they are going to do what the big boy does, aren't they? But yeah, a few resting limit orders on Sol there, AVAX as well. Not particularly looked at too much else, to be honest. But what we will do is, we won't speculate too much. Let's look at some pure raw data. So Bitcoin first. 15-minute chart just for reference here at the moment, and what we can see is from the aggregated depth at the bottom instantly, we are in a supply zone, obviously quite thick supply up here as well, to be noted. You've come from spot double bands up on Binance USDT, one of the biggest exchanges shown in the central exchanges here. Bitfinex have had a little bit of selling today as well on USD. We'll go through all the exchanges, then we're going to have a look at volume, open interest. We'll have a little look at funding. I don't think funding's been particularly extravagant today, but a couple of things I do want to point out is liquidity has been super high on spot. Bitstamp, I don't think those guys have had too much edge. Coinbase Pro, yeah, I think it's I think it would be nice to go and meet this 75k level, but do we get there in one clip in the next 24 hours? I'm not sure we do, you know. Binance Spot certainly came in and started to lower with these top levels here at the 72k zone. Whenever you're seeing kind of spot supply like this, you know, if you are leverage trading, it's always a nice idea to take a little bit of profit just on them derivatives trade, I would say. However you handle those spot positions, entirely different, to be honest, isn't it? Depending on what volume you're trading and the like, and the length of time you are going to hold. So we always kind of refer to derivatives and day trades in these kind of live sessions, really, and in the chat and stuff. So yeah, you know, from the lows the other week, the 60-ish, 61k lows, where we met that massive demand last week. I don't think there was anything else to do. Broke structure, came up, and I do believe this is quite a nice little take profit area, even if you're just taking partial profit. And what we want to do now is obviously just assess the situation as we come down a little bit. Are we going to meet any more demand? Are there any top levels going to come in here? As you can see, we've got no demand at the minute from the central exchanges, but we'll review as we go today. Absolutely smash that monthly POC here. This will have obviously moved up slightly now. I'm not actually checked in the last couple of hours, but 68k. The earning levels, I'm seeing slight levels, obviously 65 and 66. Yeah, we'll just review as we go today, okay? But yeah, Coinbase Pro have had some major selling up here in this zone, in the 70 to 72 area. Massive top level up here at 75. Doesn't always mean we are going to go straight and meet that straight away. If there's pressure from other exchanges in this zone, you're just going to rotate down. You know, as we always say, it's an auction, isn't it? You've got no major follow through bid up here. So what do you need to do? Well, sellers are dominant. You need to flow it down and go and find a bid. And that looks to be what we're doing today after a little bit of a green start to the week. So yeah, no problem with this really, to be honest. All still looks pretty constructive. Gemini, not obviously one of the biggest exchanges to throw weight around and move price action, but confluent with the other exchanges. And Kraken, very similar as well, although yeah, we've still got biggest top levels, resting limit orders up there at the 75k, as we can see on both those. Okay, one thing to note is Qcoin. Qcoin started to sell quite heavily here. You see that red dot overlay there? That's actually a Qcoin spot selling alert. Okay, so those guys have just jumped in, and as you can see, you hit double bands here on Qcoin, and then you just started to hit double bands there on Qcoin as well. Okay, so yeah, just you know, just entering this US session, Qcoin guys waking up if they're trading over in the US, and just starting to sling a few offers into the market here as well. Nothing to do right now if you've taken a little bit of profit up here. Just watch for that rotation and any bid lower. We'll go and have a look at the OBC in the console, which is order book changes, and see if we can see any larger order blocks resting down here. But as you can see just from the overlays, we're not seeing too many large spot limit orders here at the minute. You're probably gonna have to come a little bit lower, probably attack this kind of like 60. I don't know, we'll see. It could develop quickly, but I don't know if that monthly POC is going to hold. I'm kind of thinking more like the 66k zone, go and take some of these guys out here. But yeah, let's have a look at what perps are doing. So perps have been bid all the way up, so really nice to see for trend continuation, but not a lot these guys can do. if you hit an aggregated sell side structure like this, and yeah, a little bit faded here. Perps have got no dominant bid right here right now. I'm sure they will come in and start to be a little bit dynamic if we come and meet some lower demand. But as I say, it's just an auction really. You've got no follow through bid in this kind of small range here. What do you need to do? You need to go and auction the price lower. You can even see here slightly, I'll go to a 5-minute chart there. You can even see here they've just started to come out of position really. That's all I would kind of say that is. As price starts to roll over and there's no dominant bid to kind of like come through and push this back through as of yet. Maybe we get that today. Yeah, probably some profit taking from perps. I don't think there's going to be much edge from the other perps exchanges, but we will just go and have a look at them quickly. Yeah, not really, to be honest. Yeah, not too much, is there? I mean, I like to watch the spot exchanges, especially at these kind of high, uncharted areas, you know, as we kind of go and attack those all-time highs again. I really want to see the USDT limit orders coming in here and just following up. That would be really, really nice. So yeah, no dominant bid coming in yet. That can change quick, as we all know. Maybe this is quick price action. I would like to hope so. I would like to see this being some really, really nice quick price action down, find a bid and then volley it back up. But we'll soon see. Let's go and have a look at volume. Okay, so yeah, retail traders completely don't really like that term too much, as I've said before. All right, mother's milk. But it is the term that we all use. So this zone here, retail traders really going short just into this zone here, as we can see. Let's not go over previous price action too much, because we all know what's happened over the last couple of days. Retail traders really, really short here on neutral funding and low open interest, as you can see here on the Volume King template. We all know that we're in bull divs. If you didn't, then get in the TRDR socials, because we're posting it like crazy in there, in the Discord and the Telegram. So yeah, nice to see that move up. What can we see as we've gone up? Yeah, profit taking, to be honest. Nothing to see here, sir. While open interest is very high as well, and that's just on a 15-minute chart. If I just go to a slower look back 1 hour, this is the zone we're looking at. Was it only yesterday? It's going slow this week. Basically saying, yep, you need to flip this zone now, and I still think this is valid. So, you know, if you've got some long position from here, nothing wrong with a little. And this was only last week. Remember that this was only last week on last week's live. I think this was the day of the live as we started to push up. And yes, we came back down. But you've got high lows, basically nice structure, and you've pushed up out of this mini range. But yeah, I think this is a nice area to really hold. You don't even really need to know that it's a monthly POC there, to be honest. Just draw a horizontal line and you can see technically it's probably going to be an alright area to hold. Maybe wicks a little bit lower into that 70k zone. I still even think that could look okay, but it will look a little bit like a bar pattern. My only thing here is I wouldn't be personally too concerned with coming out of all longs really and being really mega bearish. There's a couple of things I want to show you in a second after we've looked at volume and open interest. I want to go and look at the spot liquidity, because DK has just pointed out in the Telegram that it is pretty high, and I agree. I saw that earlier as well. It is absolutely skyrocketing, which is always a little bit of a risk-off scenario, to be honest. We'll go and look at that in a second, but what I would always prefer to see to get ultimately bearish is on higher time frame, so 1 hour and a 15-minute. And this is a small sample of price action, so I'm not really too convinced yet. Despite the spot supply lingering above, is I always like to see the bear divs, and we've not got major bear divs up here just yet. You do have slight ones here. You could call this a bear div, of course you can. You know, you're starting to roll over. People are starting to profit take. Spot and perpetuals if you got that high open interest. So, you know, from this point here to this point here, very valid indeed. But yeah, we get what we're given, don't we? But I'd love to go and see 75k get tapped with volume fully coming off. Do we get that? Probably not today, to be honest, especially just seeing this. And funding is coming up today. I don't think it's too bad, to be honest, for this kind of price action where we are in this strong trending market. 0.027 currently on Bybit, 0.022 on Binance. So not super hot, not really super hot, but certainly enough for people to start taking profits up here if you're trading some larger volume. And as we can see, retail traders who missed this whole opportunity here, really nice price action up, are starting to long this smaller tight range in here. So I don't think this down move is probably finished yet. No local bid, volume coming off, high open interest, as we can see here. Again, quickly built some high open interest over the last 24 hours. So yeah, a little bit of a flush. 68k monthly POC is just my first area, really, and then we'll just assess from there. But want to go and show you guys just the general liquidity. This is just the liquidity chart we generally look at, and I'll go. This is just a 1 hour, and you can see how high the open interest came. Just as we're entering this zone again in this kind of like 71, 72. Did we reach 72? Did we wick 72 on perps? Yeah, okay, 71.6-ish we wicked up on perps, and that's interesting to see that you got high wick on perps. I've always mentioned that before. You know, you kind of get this laggard price action grind in this area out filling offers, and then if perps kind of wicks a few $100s higher, it's always a little bit of a warning sign for a possible local reversal point. But yeah, very high open interest again, and as we see, let's go to a 4 hour and check what we had at the highs last time. Let me just zoom in a little bit, bring that down. Okay, so yeah, 1.14-ish on spot liquidity there is kind of like your highs, kind of like really risk off area, I would say. Perps wasn't too bad. Perps got really high down there, but actually we got absolutely squeezed. This was a lot of contracts in the book actually chasing this short, I would say. But yeah, spot liquidity coming up. Perps looks pretty chilled, 1.15, not too bad. A lower basis being kind of like 1 billion at the minute there, if you're familiar with this chart. It's Liquidity King template. If you're not familiar with it, give us a shout in the socials and I'll share it. Hoping for a scam move up and get some short diamonds, Mother's Milk says. Yeah, same here. Do we get it? That would be your ultimate. Let's just cover liquidity and then we'll just refer back to the OBD in a second before we go and have a look at some other shenanigans that are going on in the market. But yeah, no major liquidations yet. But yeah, just pay attention. High open interest. We did squeeze the order books. I've got my, just on this chart here, I've just got my liquidity check alert, which is this one down here, which basically just tells us when we get a wipeout in the order books on spot or perpetuals of 20 and 30% conversely. So it just tells me if the order book's rising, it's kind of like a risk off zone, okay, like that kind of red little dot there. But then when we flush the order books like we did down here and we did there from this short squeeze, okay, and you can see there the order books flushed, spot looked pretty chilled. Yeah, good sign. I always think if the order books are getting flushed, especially if you've got high open interest, but at the minute you've got a little bit of a mixed bag because you've got quite high open interest. Okay, let me just go to a daily chart and see how that's looking. I'm just gonna have to reset that a second. Yeah, I mean, just on a daily chart, open interest not as bad as it was at those all-time highs, but spot liquidity certainly rising up. I'm just gonna go to my daily ratio here as well and have a little reset. So yeah, on a daily 4 hours pretty chilled last week and the other day, but on the daily you can see open interest just coming up a little bit here. Funding not as high, you know, this is just nice to look at on a daily chart to draw a comparison where we were at the all-time highs. So funding still not as aggressive as it was at the all-time highs. Open interest coming up, but still again not as aggressive. Your open interest at the all-time highs was just, you know, quite a chunk above, to be honest. But order book depth, as we can see, we've gone from you're getting real big sweeps in the market now. Order book depth has gone from that really, really thick 1.5 to 1.6. I think we hit aggregated bid depth, and you've just climbed instantly and then just hit a supply zone. So yeah, certainly a good place to take a bit of profit, like I said. Let's just go back to the OBD. Yeah, I mean, I would as well. I'd love, despite the fact we're in a big supply zone, and open interest is how it is, I'm not ultimately bearish here. I'd want to see, after, as I say, I think it's a nice area to take a little bit of profit, but I'm not mega bearish, to be honest, especially after the nice move we've just had from the lows and the depth we've come from. And I would want to see this top level on Binance Spot, which is 72. I'd want to see it tested a little bit more. If you executed here at 71.5, that's very, very valid, isn't it? But you need to be really, really tight on your execution. You know, at the minute, obviously stops above that top level there. If we can rise up again in the next few hours, test that top level there, and it confirms that yes, I'm defending this area or filling, you know, this top level is going to fill or defend this area, then I'd be more convinced about a larger rotation down, especially just looking at our divs here. Okay, so yeah, you want kind of like 15-minute or lower, if you know, even 5-15 minute bear divs here. If you're going to push a lot higher, you're probably not going to get divs until you hit like a 1 hour or something like that. But yeah, if you can push that 72 again and confirm these as bear divs while your open interest sustains high up here with sustained funding, and funding even rising a little bit here as retail comes into the market, that'd be really, really nice, to be honest. I think that'd be quite nice. At the minute, I'm not convinced either way, to be honest. You've just come down, took some lows. Even if you come down to this 68k zone, you're probably just going to create a higher low at the minute. So I kind of just want to review the price action, really. You know, and if you're a trader that's executed from back here in that 61k zone, unless you are frightened about profits or something, I think you're pretty safe at the minute. I wouldn't get too scared up here. Stick to your plan if you've got one. I hope you have. So yeah, not too bad, not too shabby at all. Yeah, that'd be nice. Just go and test this area again. What's Coinbase doing at the minute before we go and have a look at some altcoins? Yeah, I don't know. I think it could be a little bit early to just go all in and start shorting this, to be honest. I'm just, despite this supply zone, I'd still like to see it a little bit higher. And the price action's been very, very strong to the upside. You know, over the last week, we've pretty much reversed, or it wasn't actually even over the last week, was it? We pretty much reversed all that slow grinding down price action. Yeah, you want something like this. You want it to sustain, really, and we'll go and have a look at the volume here. But you want that top level to hang around there, sustain, and protect or fill the offers in that zone, I would say. And then that's kind of your confirmation, really. And if we just go and have a look at how volume was in that zone. So sustainably high open interest, with your bear divs building all the way along. You probably had 1 hour bear divs there actually as well. Yeah, you did. Sustainably high open interest, sustainably bearish divergences up there, and you start to pull down and then just hit that bid again. So yeah, something like that. Bitcoin can take time at the minute, and because we're in such bullish price action, on the higher time frame, you know, I'm talking about 4 hour of the daily, these things can take time. It's not like the old days when SBF was in control and we got 4 hour red candles of 10, 15, 20% guaranteed bear money. Yeah, it could take a little bit of time. I'd like a little bit more of a grind up here. That'd be really, really nice. What do you think about the price adding? I don't have a clue. No clue. Absolutely no opinion. Longer time frame up, lower time frame. I don't have a clue, and I would never. yeah, if anyone doesn't like it, I'm sorry, but I hate predictions. I'm just, it's just, I cannot even be like that. I can't hang my coat on a, or put my heart sleeves on a prediction. I don't have a fucking clue. Yeah, I don't know. I wake up every day and have a look at the order flow in the TRDR console. I look at the order flow, I look at the volume, and we trade what we see. Absolute slave to the data, and I have to say, it's a miles more comfortable way to be. You know, for me personally, if you can be like that, then better. You know, hopefully some of you guys have got good spot positions, good spot portfolios from a lot lower, maybe last year or something. I'm of the opinion you want to be holding those for at least the next year or so. Maybe, you know, maybe if you've got a very large spot position, you hold it for a lot longer. But here right now, we almost, you know, in these kind of live sessions and even in my videos to a certain extent, we kind of talk a little bit lower time frame. Derivatives, day trade, scalps, even though, you know, as you guys may know, I'm not much of a scalper, but I don't, with regards to derivatives, day trades, I don't give a flying fuck. You know, people might not like that, but I don't care. I haven't got Michael Saylor money or, you know, money to throw into the market and, you know, dictate this market. I don't think most people know where the market's going day to day anyway. I think your main edge is right here in this console, and I'm not just saying that because we're here and, you know, it's a great group and everything, but this is your ultimate data to look at. And I don't know, from one day to the next at the minute, especially at these highs, where this market's going. Sorry. So, you know, and to be honest, each session's different as well. So yeah, approaching the halving, I mean, look, I have to say I'm kind of bullish for the next weeks and months because we are trending and we're trending hard. I mean, just look at the weekly and the daily chart, it looks really good. I think we've eaten quite a lot of supply in this zone when we first came up and hit our all-time highs anyway. Now, yes, we are in a supply zone again, but as we've just seen on liquidity, spot liquidity is high, perps liquidity is not too bad because a lot of people didn't get long on this move like I'm hoping a lot of you guys did from last week. You know, we said long from here, you don't need to do anything. Liquidity's at lows, volume's got bullish divs, funding's reset. You've hit 1.6 million, 1.7 million depth on the book, so ride it up. My only opinion week to week, day to day is this is quite a nice little area to take a bit of derivatives profit against your spot positions. I'm not too in favour of big shorts at the minute. I'm just kind of you know, I would just be kind of like, take a bit of profit, watch the price action. If it does start to, if this area really starts to get defended and offers really start to attack, and, you know, bearish divs continue, then yeah, maybe take a bit more derivatives profit and, you know, hedge a bit of a juicier short position. But at the minute, flat price action, as I always say, if you're new or not, you kind of, at the minute, you kind of diddling in the middle again here, aren't you? I don't like to see any of this or trade within any of this price action if you're in a flat kind of, and especially because considering we're looking at a 15-minute range. I would ideally, where's my drawing tool? I would ideally, yeah, like I agree with Mother's Milk, I would ideally prefer some of that with bearish volume divs. Offers are starting to kill price, and then we go down from there. But do we get that? I don't know. We'll just have to see and see as we go. But that'd be your perfect scenario. You're in supply, build bearish divergences up here, and then rotate back down again. you know, there'll almost be a little bit of a firm, a really big firm. I know I can see retail coming in more so now, especially looking at funding. We'll move on in a second because I'm probably boring you here, but yeah, I would prefer another high. I don't like trading in here, to be honest. Give me a little bit of an expansion, and then we might be able to do a little bit of business. If not, take a little bit of profit, and then just wait and watch the price action in here. You know, like a couple of the big guys, and I agree with them on Twitter, have said. You know, the White Wolf, Hasker, do a little bit less in some of these price moves, to be honest. Just do a little bit less. Right, let's move on. Let's move on a little bit. We'll do the usual. Let's go and have a look at Vitalik's coin. Although it is boring me a little bit, Eve, to be honest. It came from good demand again. There's absolutely nothing to do here. It didn't, I don't think, I mean, it didn't print any overlays here at all. It really is doing what Bitcoin's doing at the minute for Vitalik's coin. Even the ETH BTC pair is a little bit boring, although it looks like it is hitting some demand here. So not a lot to see. Bitfinex have got some supply. I don't know how relevant these guys are nowadays. I did used to love the Bitfinex ETH BTC chart. It was really, really good, especially back in the days of merge or when everyone was bullish. But us lot in the TRDR console were short, massively short on it. Yeah, no real edge on it, to be honest. It's kind of just doing what Bitcoin's doing, isn't it? I wouldn't even be trading this. There's better stuff out there to be trading, some of the new shinier coins, to be honest. So yeah, really, really, really no edge on ETH at all. Give us a shout if there's any... Yeah, see what I mean? I don't even know why I've got that white line there, to be honest, but it's kind of defending price at the minute. What is it? Is it the value area high of that range? Let's have a quick look while you guys are on. Yeah, I mean, bit of a dubious pull, this, isn't it? I'm not going to dwell on that too much. In fact, I'm going to delete it because it looks shit. But yeah, I mean, you don't even need to pull anything, do you? You know, if you start to defend this area or even that 68 monthly POC, this is your kind of your area to look for bid. If you haven't got any exposure, but don't hurry into it. Don't set silly limit orders. Just wait and watch the price action and order flow as we go. I just didn't know why I had that on there. Yeah, we'll see. And this is it. You can already see we're just trying to rise back up right now. I've not looked at ETF flows today or anything. I have been keeping an eye on them, and we won't go too much into those today. But I saw someone commenting they've been picking up a little bit. But yeah, we'll see. We certainly need a big market bid here or something to push this up if you want it any higher. Why do I say that? I say that because you've got no bid. Bitstamp are being degens right now and wanting to push it up, but we've got nothing significant. We'll see. Yeah, a little bit higher with a bear div. Let's go and have a look at some other alts. Let me just check if I've had any imminent alerts that I need to action. Not really. ICP has had a nice run, and it's just hitting some supply at the minute, but it looks an absolute beast, so I wouldn't be looking to short that, to be honest. Came from very, very nice demand down there. I don't think I've got alerts set on ICP actually, but obviously similar timing to when Bitcoin was hitting demand, you want to be kind of looking at the alts and seeing what you maybe want to get exposure to. But yeah, ICP, nice demand. So, you know, I saw ICP was hitting some of the news wires. It was top trending on Twitter. Well, if you're looking at it in the console here, you were well in advance. And that's, it's actually something I did just want to comment on actually. If you are new to the console or, you know, not, maybe you've been in it for a while, I do just want to highlight the point that more often than not, the data that we look at is very, very, very leading, okay? So more often than not, we can be very, very early to the move. you know, the way we look at liquidity and the volume bear divs, you know, obviously the immediate thing we're looking at is the bid ask and the demand and the supply. So that is pushing price around. You know, obviously market buys and sells push price into our resting limit orders and the like. But our data here on the TRDR console, we are ahead of the market. So more often than not, we will see supply zones like this and almost we're getting ready, you know, whereas the rest of the market, as we can see, you know, your retail traders chasing this up, that you know, they're not ready. So this kind of zone here is kind of like preparation, really. Someone mentioned in the chat yesterday, are you bullish at these highs? And no, not really personally. I like the price action. I like the way it's pushing up, but I'm bullish here when price is absolutely nuking and people are waiting for 59k, 55k, 54k, whatever. When you're in a 1.8 million bid depth with bull divs, I'm bullish there. Get in your position, execute as best you can, fire and forget, and away you go. Now it's almost a situation where you are managing your position, okay? Do you want to take profit? Do you want to hedge a position short against any of your spot exposure? And away you go. But yeah, just wanted to highlight, we can often be very, very early to the move. And I don't really mention that in the socials or on Twitter or anything. I probably never would do, but I just want to mention it here to you guys that we are often early. You know, we have the warning signs in this console. Liquidity is high. You're in a supply zone. It's obvious to us. You've got a top level here capping price, or you know, even at 75 capping price. More often than not, we can be very, very early. And what you sometimes have to appreciate is that can sometimes take a little bit of time. So we have the warning signs. Then you need to kind of like prepare your plan for the coming 12, 24 hours or whatever, and decide what you are going to do. And it was the same back here, really. When you were coming into bid, it was just a case of like we tweeted last week. Yep, coming into bid, if we can get close, like we can see above, at the 75k level at the minute, this was your biggest top level, resting order top level, at 60k last week. And we were saying, if we can get as close to that as possible and fill this entity, or are they going to defend that zone, that's your best, okay? We didn't quite get down there, but the risk reward was still amazing. And it's the same now, so it's preparation. Yep, like this, let's go. And it's almost the same now. Obviously, it's a little bit different because we're kind of fighting all-time highs. So you haven't got, like you had down here, it's nice to have previous price action. I quite like it when we're trending and we come back down. I actually don't really like it, to be honest, when the market's trending and you just keep going up, because it's kind of like where you're going. You know, you haven't got the comet's tail to look at. You know, when you're trending, then you come back down. I'm like, oh, thank fuck for that, because now I've got some areas to look at where we can get some more risk on, you know. So yeah, this is, as I say, someone mentioned yesterday, oh, is everyone bullish because we're moving up? Well, no, it's nice to see it because I hope everyone's in some really good profits, spot and derivatives, but it's a preparation really, because liquidity's high, we're in a supply zone, possible bear divs building. Yep, do people expect this just to crack on and hit 100k? Well, we know we've got these levels to look at, and we'll just watch it session by session, day by day. So, right, let's move on. Vitalik's, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is Rambo, the Rambo reference. Well, it's dead right, isn't it? You know, like you mentioned earlier, what do you expect pre-halving? I don't have a fucking clue, because I'm not Michael Saylor, even though he's probably not, yeah, he's not a trader, is he? But you know, I'm not, fucking hell, I'm a humble trader. You know, I'm not GCR. I don't have a clue. I have to just wake up, you know, like you guys, and just see what's happening. I've not got a crystal ball in the slightest. You know, as I say, I love it when price action comes down. That's why I like trading a range. When a range starts to form, you know, December, when we ranged for 6 weeks, fucking hellfire, excuse my language. I was in my element. I love a range. People, it bores some people, and people's, you know, get really, really chopped up in them. I love it because you've just got previous levels to look at, above and below. Really, really nice to trade. But let's move on. I'm boring you with some shit talk. Yeah, I was just going to look at what kind of alerts I'm getting right now, because I have to say I've not really done a full market review of alts today, so give me a shout if I am missing anything. I'm just going to look at OP because I was hitting a few alerts there. We'll do the usual though. We'll go through some of the big boy coins. I've not watched what Link is doing in a while. I do want to check in on Sol. Ooh, that was nice on Sushi Swap. Nice trending coin, Sushi Swap. I mean, you can pretty much say that most coins are trending now. Tell me if you disagree with that. But I think most coins have had, and I'm talking like a daily time frame, most coins are pushed up and are trying to trend or are trending, aren't they? So any flushes lower, even if Bitcoin starts to, you know, proceed and flush down below them 60k levels, which I'm not interested in at the minute. A lot of these alts are still going to look good, but yeah, that was nice on Sushi. One thing I forgot to do is look at the OBC with you guys on Bitcoin, but we're just pushing up a little bit here, so let's do it now. It's going to ruin my timestamps because I forgot to look at the OBC. So the timestamps when I do it later, it's going to say Bitcoin alts, Bitcoin alts. Yeah, so I just want to go and have a look at spot OBC with you guys, because I've actually not looked for a few hours. So we could have filled some order blocks earlier on, which we probably did in the European session actually. Right, let's go to a 12-hour. So we can see our imminent defense up here, up to 70.5 at the minute, and that's pretty obvious for a 12-hour time frame. Then no major liquidity gaps until you go a lot higher up. But I would look at these if we start to push up really. Yeah, not too much to say there. To the downside, this is to be expected, to be honest. I do believe, because of where we are, we're battling all-time high. Not quite, but we are going to be battling all-time high price action. So what you need to watch out for is these big liquidity gaps, okay? So as always, these gaps in price action is where you've got absolutely no activity at all. They can create wick space. Now, yes, as price floats down, if it floats down, these can soon fill up, so it's just a case of watching them as we go. But as you go to slightly higher time frames, the order blocks build a story for you, to be honest. Okay, so at the minute, your biggest resting limit orders on Binance Spot, 69k. Nice to see 69.7 there, just defending below the 70k level. No major gaps in liquidity until you get to like 69.2, I would say. And then going down, I think you're going to have a few, to be honest. And the way I kind of like look at this when we are trending, I'll just cover this quickly. In a trending market, I kind of don't look at these and concentrate on them too much until price actually starts to move there. Okay, so then I'll kind of like, if price starts to float up, then I'll go look at the ask and offer side at the top here for the OBC. Right, where can we possibly go? And it's the same for the downside. As if we really start to kind of rotate down, then I'll really start to zoom in here and concentrate on this OBC for the biggest order blocks and the like. Because at the minute, as I say, you're kind of diddling in the middle. You're at the same price point you were at the Asian Open last night. Okay, so you price action here at the minute for the last, you know, like just over 12 hours has not really achieved much. Let's just go to a higher time frame. 2-day. Yeah, okay, you've got some wick space here just above price. So you could, I mean, this would be nice to watch if you wanted to hedge any position, really. If you start to float back up and start to wick into this zone at 70.6 again, I think that would be nice. Or anywhere around that 71.2 level again, which isn't that far away. It's just near that wick we had this morning. 7:30 a.m. my time. So if the US guys want to fill some offers, I would be looking, I'd be looking for some of these wick space OBC gaps to fill. I'm just going to zoom out to a 4-day and just check what our biggest order blocks are before we then go back into some alts. Yeah, 72k, which is obvious because it's that resting limit order there. And then any higher, yeah, I mean it's 72k. You need to really go and blast that. That's your defense at the minute. Not sure we do it in one clip, to be honest, unless some market bid really comes and clips it in. So yeah, OBC, few gaps, few order blocks, 72k, 69 are your obvious ones at the minute. All right. So yeah, just thought we'd best cover that before we move on to some degenerate altcoins. Right, I want to go and have a look. Sol has been quite strong, despite the fact that some major players, absolute Chad King players, tried to rug pull it at the weekend. I think we were all in fear for that, weren't we? They were trying to rug pull it right into this demand zone. Unbelievable. I thought it was going to crash to like $2 or something. Sol's looking nice and it's still trending. Really pushed up from its trend. I would just wait for it to catch a little bit of bid again. I don't think there's anything to do right now. If you're long from this area where it was getting rug pulled, you know, again, similar with Bitcoin. If you're trading derivatives, a little bit of profit taking and just wait for it to meet some demand again. Very slight resting limit orders waiting for it below. But your aggregated general depth is showing you the direction, okay? You've come from really big demand, supply, easy, yeah? Keep it very simple. Right, as we look, let's go to some of the other bigger coins. AVAX, similar on AVAX, and I said this before, but AVAX has got a very nice chart, especially when it comes to the alt diamonds, okay? Alt diamonds, which are these ones, they are in the shared templates. This is just DK's Alt Diamond Pro. Okay, so grab that from the shared templates. Very good on AVAX. I mentioned this weeks and weeks ago. AVAX responds really well to them. But yeah, just coming down a little bit now with the rest of the market. Not a lot to see. Link has been a little bit quiet, so I'm just interested to see. Oh, got it. What a beast. It's actually moving quite well, isn't it? Quite a big supply zone right now. What have I got a diagonal line for there? I'm gonna have to just go and have a look at that, aren't I? I don't really know. What's that look like on a 4 hour? Okay, just the fact it's probably faked out its trend and then come back. Not particularly bearish because you would have almost expected it to tap that trend line and rotate down. But yeah, slight supply now. I think it probably pushes on, to be honest. It's just a trending asset, isn't it, on Link? Some of the other coins I want to look at, because I mentioned this last week. TIA was looking really nice. Yeah, filling demand in the lows, coming down a little bit flat. I think it's hitting some flat price action, to be honest. And it's probably just going to follow Sol and the like at some point. Other ones, is Sue moving yet? Yeah, really nice coin. Really nice coin. And say as well, all the S's. STX. Ooh, supply over STX after a nice move up there. And again, as we mentioned last week, similar with Bitcoin, when Bitcoin was hitting that demand zone, if you're playing some Bitcoin, try and get a little bit of risk exposure alongside on STX, because it just bounces hard and it does a load more percent than what Bitcoin does. And you can see here, so it came from demand, smashed its supply because it's a trending asset, came up, hit some more demand, carried on, you got a few more percent, and it's just trying to kind of like consolidate a little bit now. One thing to note is this supply zone is moving down to meet price on STX, so you can see these resting limit orders just coming down to meet price now. Yeah, probably, you know, as again, if you're trading perps derivatives, a little bit of profit taking in there, and then just watch for it to catch some bid again. And really bigger bands look dominant here at the minute. Whenever you're seeing the bigger bands, so you've got quite a lot of supply depth, and it's the same to the other side as well. You know, same to the bid side. If you see that, if bid's dominant like that, looks really good. To the offer side like that, you don't really want to see. If you want continuation, you don't really want to see immediate dominance of bigger ratios that we've got here just in the OBD, okay, hanging over price. As soon as they disappear and you catch a little bit of bid, you'll probably get continuation. All right. Right, give us a shout if there's any more alts I need to check. I'm just going to flick through and see what alts have gone quite high today, because if you were going to hedge a short position, it's always a nice way to do it. NIA has been doing very, very well. I don't fancy shorting that after Nvidia have been patting the back and shaking hands with its devs, or whoever it was that I saw on Twitter earlier. And that is perpetuals with a level there at 7.31. So if you're not in on NIA, that could be quite a nice one. What we will do is go and have a look at supply above as well. I'm not too concerned about that, because for NIA, I think the daily chart, yeah, the 4 hours obviously very, very extended up, but the daily chart is looking quite good, I think. Yeah, it kind of looks a little bit like Doge and what Sol did. Maybe a bit of consolidation here before continuation or something. Wouldn't be starting to chase this, because if you look at your liquidity chart here on perps and on spot, it's getting quite heated. And yeah, just note that supply zone above you from the OBD. But I think it looks quite good, to be honest, in general. And it's probably going to crack its all-time high soon. It's quite a good project, isn't it? So like Sol, like AVAX, I think it's probably going to get some continuation soon after it's chilled for a little bit. What is the original gangster Doge doing? Let's go and have a look after we're shilling this like crazy the other month. Okay, yeah, still ranging a little bit. Let me just go see what the bid ask is doing. To be expected. Longs again from where Bitcoin was obviously finding depth. Doge found its depth as well here. Something to note, 42 to 45 million is good bid depth, aggregated bid depth on Doge. So if you rotate back down, just have that in mind. That was quite a nice bid depth. And just note as well, even if you're just trading this on derivatives, as Doge moves up, and a lot of the meme coins have been like this, to be honest. They've, I think the charts have been really, really nice. Just notice how it catches bid on its higher lows. Okay, so up, dubious one there. Higher low bid, higher low bid, higher low top level, giving you a few percent more, and then we just come down here, hit a supply zone. So as always, you know, in these areas, it can stall price action for a little bit. But yeah, just watch it. Maybe it comes down and catches a little bit more bid. What is FET doing at 10% up? Nice one. What's the daily chart doing on FET then? Oh God, it's up only, isn't it? Macro trend. I didn't know I had I didn't even know I had the range on that. But yeah, really nice. God, what a nice chart. I wouldn't be bidding it at all-time highs, so to speak. But yeah, it looks very, very nice. I'm going to tidy my chart up while you guys are on. Look at all that bid down there at the range lows as well. That's why you need the TRDR console, to be honest. Even if you didn't get back in at the lows from ages and ages and ages ago. Because, yeah, a lot of these AI coins absolutely pumped right at the beginning of last year, didn't they? I know that SNX, not SNX, which coin was it? It was a couple of AI coins really pumped in advance of Bitcoin moving it at the beginning of last year. And that was quite nice to see that it came back to trend, ranged. You got a massive amount of bid depth from the TRDR console, well, from people buying and TRDR console showing you it. And then you got absolute continuation. So really, really nice to see that, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know what narrative FET's got. I don't know if it's an ongoing good project or whatever. You'll have to let us know. What I will go and look at is something of note is the meme coins have been getting really, really nice charts, like I mentioned the other week. Pepe has had a really nice chart at the minute, just consolidating a little bit again. But watch out for this one if it catches some bid depth. Maybe just add it to your alerts. Really, really nice chart there from Pepe. What is the other? There was another one I saw earlier, but I can't remember what it was. I'm not sure. I'll have a look. XRP, very, very nice chart again. Even if you're just trading it in and out day trade, little bit of slow mover. So you need some patience with it. But nice order blocks here. Okay, XRP Diamond, risk reward really, really nice just on that top level there. And you grind up straight into a supply zone here, as we can see on the aggregated depth. Top level covering it, and you rotate back down a little bit again. So just watch out for that one if it catches a little bit of bid. We'll cover a couple of other coins. Give us a shout if there's any I've missed. Any of the newer shiny TRB's not doing anything for a while, has it? Teller. Let's go and have a look at that one. Yeah, I mean, big bid depth there. It's very violent, very volatile, this coin Teller. I don't trade it, to be honest, but it is very, very volatile. What's Uni doing? Following everything else. Yeah, not too much, to be honest. Yeah, okay. Right, let's refer back to Bitcoin then. See what we're doing. Still chopping around this price action. Let's just pull a quick fixed range here and see what's going on. Yep, you're just at the lows. Chop around here a little bit. Summary of Bitcoin at the minute. Nice area to take a little bit of profit on any day trades. I'd still call it a day trade, really. Some people would call that a swing, but it's only a week old. I wouldn't call that a swing, to be honest. Swings for me are kind of like your spot positions that you would hold for like months and years, to be honest. Yeah, I would prefer to see a little bit higher. Not a bad area to take a little bit of profit. I'd like to see a little bit higher. Eat into this some of this area and then review from there. Reward some of the retail traders that are getting in long here, and then thrust it down for some volatility. If anything, that'd be really, really nice, I would say. But yeah, at the minute on Bitcoin, no immediate bid. Kraken just coming in with a slight bit of bid there, as we can see, but nothing too much really. Bid depth on perps disappearing slightly here. Don't mean that the market can't just bid this up a little bit further. But yeah, areas to watch for, obviously, instantly 69k, that was your biggest order block. It's the value area high of this smaller 1 hour range here. We've already kind of wicked down there already and had a little bounce, but yeah, 69k, 68k I still think is quite a nice valid area. It's just a classic TA level, so I'd be watching if it comes down there. You want to see the bid depth build back up in here because you've got nothing at the minute. So yeah, certainly a zone to watch. And then any lower, if you've taken a bit of profit, any lower, yeah, 66, 65. Maybe these guys get wiped out here. We take those lows there. That'd be quite nice as well. But then, yeah, I mean, let's just assess it as we go along. I'll give it 30 seconds if anyone's got any questions. If you are new, and this is your first time in, just drop any questions. It doesn't matter how noob or lowball the questions are. Fire away. I'll just give it 30 seconds while we watch the price action for a second. If you're struggling with a console or anything, any questions on alerts or setups or templates, just drop them in the chat now, or forever hold your peace. But yeah, really, really nice. I'm just going to check my alerts quickly. What have we got? Is anything catching some bid? Yeah, nothing really catching a bid at the minute. It's you know, it's one of those zones, isn't it? Like I say, take a bit of profit or hedge your position there. Your execution has to be key at these highs, really, to be honest. You know, if you just take a very literal look at this, as I said earlier, you're at exactly the same price you were at the Asian Open. Not a lot to do here, to be honest. It could chop about, take another high. And then you get a better price. Maybe you get a better offer here. You know, if you're still holding some long, maybe you get a little bit of a better offer above. That's the kind of thing I would be looking at. All right, guys. So yeah, if there's any of the templates you need or any of the alerts you've seen today, just give us a shout in the socials. We're always around. Everyone's happy to help. So if you need any of these templates, give us a shout. But they are shared and can be found in most of the socials, on Discord and on Telegram. Drop down in the link below and get yourself a free trial, okay? Get comfortable with the TRDR console and it will improve your trading and investing journey. All right, guys, cheers for joining us today. I'll timestamp this one, but yeah, just just watch out for those lows if we do take them. Watch the highs to take any more profit or hedge any positions on your derivatives. I hope we have a brilliant week. We'll probably do another live session on probably Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure yet because I am away from desk a little bit, but I will update everyone. In between that, we'll do a Discord pop-up session, okay, where we just kind of like jump in the Discord and yeah, we'll just jump in the Discord for a very chill chat. If anyone don't want to speak out on here, we'll jump in the Discord, chill out with a coffee, and yeah, we'll kind of like review some of the price action, maybe Friday or Thursday or something, and you know, answer any questions again, and yeah, a bit more of a chill out one where we can drop some funny memes and swear a little bit more like I can't do on this YouTube. All right, so we can look at a few more Twitter feeds and laugh at a few more memes and stuff. But yeah, cheers for joining today. If it's been of any help at all, just give us it a share and a like. Really not for my benefit at all, but just inform your friends really about the console and the alpha they can gain from it. All right, guys, I hope you have a great day and a great week, and I'll be around soon. Cheers.